Have you noticed that staying in good health seems to take more and more time as you age? Well, the good thing is that there are a number of really easy things that you can do to give yourself really big health improvements that only take a minute or less of your time. So I was just thinking the other day how there's a lot of these little 1-minute habits that I've managed to layer in over the last few years. And most of them really, I have noticed a big impact when I've incorporated them. So anyway, I thought I'd share them here with you today, at least 10 of them anyway. So all of these take less than a minute to do. So if you add all 10 of them to your daily routines, then that's only 10 minutes a day for a really big boost of wellness. And I'm actually hoping that you'll have one or two maybe yourself that I don't cover here and that you can mention in the comments below, so together we can grow this list and help each other be that much healthier and happier in 2025. Okay, so to begin with, the first one is before you even get out of bed to start your day. And it's to start your day with a positive affirmation. I mean, tell yourself that it's going to be an amazing day. Or another one I like to do is look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a high five. Tell yourself you've got this. So doing this is going to give you a little internal boost of confidence, and it's just going to make it so much easier to take on whatever challenges that you have facing you in your day ahead. Another thing that I do first thing every morning is to drink a cup or more of water. So unless it's really quite warm, I'm usually starting my day with a cup of hot water, and then I typically throw in a squeeze of lime or a lemon. What this does is it stimulates your digestive system, and honestly, it just really helps keep you regular. Not to mention, it's giving you like a boost already, a quick start to your hydrating for your day. And if you're like me and you tend to try not to drink quite so much at the end of the day because you don't want to be getting up countless times over the course of the evening, then getting a good start and hydrating in the morning will be a really big help for you. Another morning habit is to put my socks on while I'm standing up, and I do this as a balance practice. Because as we age, most of us begin to lose our sense of balance somewhere probably like in your 50s or something. And this is it's a result of normal aging. But in particular, you begin to get a decline in the sensors in your inner ear that help you have that balance. So if you don't regularly practice balance in something like, as part of a yoga routine, then I think it's a really good idea to find something in some way, such as a little habit of putting on your socks if you're able to do this while standing up, that, it's a way to give you a practice of balance every day. If you can't do that, just, even just balancing on one foot while you're doing something in the kitchen might be a good way to start too. So meals are a habit that you already have. So this is an easy thing that you can stack another habit onto. You can stack to the front of this, taking 2 deep breaths before you even begin your meal. So you could take a moment and notice what's on your plate. Just really notice it, appreciating the way it looks or maybe the way it smells before you take that first bite. And these brief moments of a pause like this before digging in, they really give your body like a signal that it's time for the digestive juices to start flowing. And it also gives you a reminder that you can practice just slowing down through the rest of the meal as well, because that's really good for your digestion. It's such a simple thing that you can do, but trust me, it really can make a massive impact on how well you digest your food and how good you feel afterwards. For years, I really struggled with some heartburn and some acid reflux, and I tried all kinds of over-the-counter and prescription medications as well, and none of them did anything to help me at all. And so finally, an Ayurvedic practitioner that I was working with suggested a number of ways that I could slow down when I'm eating and be more mindful during my meals. And it was amazing because this really did the trick for me. It took a little bit of time to heal my gut by doing these, but it worked, and I'm so thankful for that. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about this, I am going to be a speaker at the 4th Annual Food Solutions Summit. And I'm really excited to be doing this. They've got a lot of great speakers. It begins February 10th, and so I'll put all the information on it in the description. So if this is of interest to you, you can check it out too. It's completely free as well. Anyway, back to our 1-minute wellness habits. So at the end of your shower, you can practice turning the water completely down to cold. And then see if you can manage to hold out there for a full 60 seconds. Now, honestly, it took me a while to work up to completely cold on the shower and to work up to the full 60 minutes. And it is a lot more challenging in the winter, but there are a number of really good reasons for incorporating a cold part for your shower. For starters, it's just kind of hard to do, and it's a good thing to do hard things. This helps build up your resilience, which is always a good thing, and your confidence as well, your confidence that you can do hard things. It also strengthens your immune system, it improves circulation, it flushes out inflammation, and has a whole host of other health benefits that I won't go into here as well. I also noticed that for me, it helps to improve my level of focus for probably at least a good couple hours afterwards. So this next one is one of my favorites. So set aside time for feeling grateful. Gratitude is such a powerful tool for positivity, and I have found it to be one of the easiest ways of shifting my mood when I feel like I'm in a little bit of a funk. Now this next one isn't necessarily an everyday habit, but more one to do when you're feeling stressed or anxious. You can engage with your senses for a few moments, and this will help calm your nervous system down. You can look around, notice something really curiously with your eyes, smell the air, listen to the noises around you that you hear, and then really notice and feel the pressure of your feet on the ground. It's great to get outside to do this, but you can do it in the house wherever you are, and it can be really helpful for reducing stress. One thing that I am really working on doing a better job of right now is to get up and actually stretch, stretch frequently, because your body really needs to move. And for me, I have a tendency to get very focused on what I'm working on, and then I can sit for a long period of time. So I am challenging myself to not sit any longer than an hour at a time. Ideally, I would get up and head outside for a few moments and just notice something beautiful outside, which actually brings me to my next one, is to really make a practice of noticing the beauty all around you. Beautiful things have just a way of moving us, and this can provide, a little bit of lift to your mood, and just it helps with your overall well-being as well. So this next one is very similar, and you can actually combine it with seeing beautiful things, but it's to allow yourself to feel wonder and awe. Not only does this feel great, but it can actually slow down your heart rate, and it can allow you just to feel a sense of connection to something bigger than you. I recently came across an article on feeling awe, and it mentioned this book, and I was just curious if anyone else has read it. I was actually thinking about getting it because I was thinking I would like to read it, as it looks really interesting to me. But one thing, you don't have to be watching a beautiful sunset or be in a gorgeous place to feel a sense of awe. You can find and cultivate a sense of awe in the simplest of things, like watching the steam rise from a mug, or the colors of patterns, the patterns of the colors in your produce, or maybe just watching the glow of a candle. Which actually brings me to my last one too, is to begin dimming the lights when the sun begins to set. Or even better, actually going outside for a few minutes and watching the sun set as well. This is going to help you regulate your circadian rhythm, help you sleep better at night. And while that was all 10, that as long as we're talking though about circadian rhythm, if you also get outside early in the morning and get that first sunlight first thing in the morning, you're going to be doing your body a really big favor as well. Now, that one takes a little bit longer. It can't be just a minute one to get your full impact. I think if the sun's shining outside when you get out there, I think it takes a good 5 minutes. And if it's cloudy, I think you have to be outside for like 20 to 30 minutes. But like I said, that's another great habit to get into with some big health benefits as well. I'm so excited, I finally managed to tweak my own morning routine enough so that I've actually been managing to get outside in like the first hour or shortly thereafter every morning now. And I think the reason I've been able to do this is for a couple of things. Because I was struggling with it to stick with this habit for years. I'd usually put it off and think, I'll walk later in the day when it's nicer and that type of thing. But I managed to stop scheduling like appointments first thing in the morning if at all possible. That's really helped. And then I've also told myself that it's just going to be a short 20-minute walk. So that's made it a lot easier not to talk myself out of. And so I've actually managed for all of this month so far to get outside of it first thing in the morning. So I'm really happy that I finally figured out how to do that. Anyway, I hope you have found one or more of these helpful to you and something that you'll want to start including in your own daily routine. If you do, I'd love to know in the comments which one you're going to include. And then remember to go to the description as well if you're interested in that Food Solutions Summit. Like I said, there's going to be a great lineup of speakers there, so I'm actually looking forward to listening to a lot of those myself as well. Thank you so much for watching today and for sharing with your friends and your family. I really appreciate you being here and sharing in this time and sharing your thoughts with me. So I hope you have a great week.